I know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This week's motivation is what you celebrate in others, what you are happy to see in others, what you are happy to see other people experience, what you're happy about for anyone else, whether you know them or you don't know them, positive or negative. That is exactly what is coming to you. That's what we're talking about in this week's motivation. I'm going to tell you why in a moment. But first of all, let's get clear on something so we're all on the same page. Does everyone watching this video, yes, you watching this video right now, do you agree with the law of karma? Do you believe in karma? I've yet to meet anyone who said no, they don't believe in karma. We all believe in karma. What is karma? Is that the energy that you put out is the energy that you get back. Everyone believes in karma, yet people never want to take responsibility when something comes back to them that they believe just happened by happenstance. They believe it was just bad luck. They believe it's because someone else did something to them. You got to think about what you're doing to yourself, and that's what we're going to talk about in this week's motivation. Now, of course, if you have friends, loved ones, family members, teammates, people you're a fan of, people who've been a fan of you, someone you support or who has supported you, and they end up having something great happen to them, or they're on their way to somewhere and you're pushing behind them, or you're pulling for them even if they can't hear you, see you, or touch you. Of course, you want great things to happen for them. And when you cheer for great things to happen to those people, the people who are on your side, people who are friends of yours, people you're friends with, of course, good things are going to come back to you. You put out that good energy, you get back that bad energy. But here's this other side of it that many people don't think about and many people don't want to take credit for. This is the side many people don't want to take credit for. When you're happy to see somebody fail, let's say there's somebody that you hate. Let's say you have an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend and you want to see them, you just want to see their downfall because it was a bad breakup, or you feel resentful about the way the relationship ended. Maybe you just feel resentful for whatever reason. Maybe you're just a resentful person and you just chose to spend it on them. Maybe you had a coach who you feel was hating on you, trying to hold you back from your success, and you want to see that coach just lose and lose and lose for the rest of his or her career. Maybe you had a teammate who was a real dick to you and you want to see them never make it anywhere. You want to see them injure both of their ACLs every time they try to play basketball for the rest of their lives. Maybe there's someone who, for whatever reason, you're just against them. Maybe you never even met them in person. Maybe you just seen them on TV. Maybe you just heard them in some song and it's something that they represent or something that they said, or so just some reason you have something against this person. You want to see them fail. You want to see them lose. You want to see them fall flat on their face. You want to see everything they do just not work out. Any of you know any people like that? Do any of you have any people like that in your life? Are any of you holding that type of energy towards any human being on this planet right now? And I know some of you are. I know we could just turn on the TV. We could turn on any news channel and there's a whole lot of prominent people out there who got a whole lot of people who want to see them do very terribly right now, wishing some very terrible things on those people. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let me ask you a question. This is a question you're going to ask yourself. Are there any people walking this planet who you want to see do bad, who you want to see lose, who you want to see bad things happen to them because for whatever reason you believe they deserve to have bad things happen to them? And let me tell you something. You may be right. You may be absolutely right that someone whom you hate does have some bad karma coming their way. You may be absolutely right who someone did something wrong to you and there's something bad is going to happen to them sometime along the line and you're going to find out about it. You may be absolutely right. I'm not telling you that you're wrong, that the karma is going to find them the same way it can find anybody else, positive or negative. But here's the catch. If you are hoping for, looking for, waiting for, or excited for, or happy after you see something negative come, some unpleasant situation come to another person, even if you hate this person, you have every right to be against this person. Trust me that you are putting that karmic energy in the air to come back to you. Say that once more. So this is a basic scenario. Let's say you have someone who really did you wrong. They kind of double crossed you in a business deal and took a whole bunch of money from you. And you say, you know what, karma's going to come back to get that person. I can't wait to see karma come get them. Something bad is going to happen to them. 3 years later, that person goes bankrupt because they lost everything. They go completely broke and they lose everything that they stole from you and everything that they had that they didn't even steal from you. And you are satisfied to see it happen because you're like, you know what, that's karma coming back to get them. They deserve it. That's exactly what they should have got. Trust me that you feeling that way, just the feeling of you feeling that way, the thought that you're putting out there, the thought energy you're putting out there, just thinking it, you're putting out karma that is going to circle its way back to you at some point. And it may not come quickly enough for you to even connect one point to the other, but trust me, the karma is going to come back to you. And what you need to learn from this week's motivation is this. Even if you have differences with another person. Even if you just see things differently than someone else, you have differing opinions. For whatever reason, you don't like what that person stands for, you don't like where they're from, you don't like what they look like, you don't like what kind of music they listen to, you don't like what kind of sneakers they wear. Trust me, putting out negative energy, and trust me, and understand that negative energy does not mean things that you say or things that you do only. It means things that you think and the energy that you feel. Even if you don't say a single word, thoughts that you think and the energy you feel towards other people, if it is negative, you are putting negative energy out. Our thoughts are energy. You ever had a situation where you were thinking of a person out of the blue, a person you hadn't heard from in months or years? You were just thinking out of them, and out of the blue they called you, or out of the blue you see them, or out of the blue you see someone who knows them really well. You're like, damn, I was just thinking about such and such. Or out of the blue they text you, and you're like, damn, y'all was just thinking about that person. Do you think that's a coincidence? That's not a coincidence, people. That's energy. Our thoughts are energy. You heard the law of attraction, right? The law of attraction is literal. You literally can attract things to you by thinking about them long enough and strong enough, coupled with action. Because when you take action, you think about things even more when you're doing it. You understand? So the thoughts that we think is real energy. The energy we feel, the emotions we feel, that's real. That's not some woo-woo stuff. That's real energy. Have you ever walked into a room and you could feel the tension? You ever said that phrase? You could feel the tension in the air. Even though no one was speaking, you could tell what people were feeling. You ever walked into a room where everybody was happy and you could tell, even though nobody said a word? You ever walked into a room, you could tell people were angry at you or excited to see you, even though no one has said a word? Why? Because we can feel each other's energy. There's a magnetic force to it. So when you feel or think something negative about another person, whether something happened to them already, or you hope it does happen to them, or you're excited to see it happen to them, trust me, you're creating that same energy is going to circle around the world, pick up some things that have nothing to do with you, and it also will come right back on to you. So be careful about what you think. Be careful about how you feel about other people. Even if you have the right, logically, to hope something negative happens to that person, you are best off wishing that person the best, as the cliche is. I wish that person did me wrong, but I wish them the best. You ever hear people say that? They may even, sometimes inadvertently, sometimes literally, they know on purpose, they know that this law of karma works both ways, every direction. It sees everything, it hears everything, it feels everything, and it can literally read your mind. So be smart about what you're thinking. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.